Hey, what's up? You're watching Sit Down. I'm DJ Sixsmith. This is Thomas Sadoski. He's here with us. He's got his brand new CBS show. What's up, man?
Hey, man, how are you?
Good.
Good.
This looks like a good one.
This is a good one.
I mean, you've done a lot of different stuff in your career, but
I'm really
tell me how this one came about.
I'm genuinely excited about this. Look, anytime you get an opportunity to work with somebody like Edie Falco,
you're in.
You're in.
Yeah.
Like if she's leading your charge, you know, not only you as the cast and the creative team and everyone else working on the show are going to be in really good hands because she's such an amazing human being, but the audience is going to be in incredibly good hands too. Like Edie is somebody who you can instantly get on board with, regardless of where you're from. You know, if you live in Iowa or you live in California, or if you live in Vermont, like it doesn't really matter. Like there's something just inherently cool and human about Edie Falco, and you're rooting for her right out of the gate. And she's as good in this as she ever has been in anything, which is saying quite a lot.
Yeah, I mean, Sopranos, Nurse Jackie. I mean, think about all the shows that she's been on that have transformed TV, which is a cool thing.
Yeah.
So when you think about the experience with her, like you've worked with a ton of people, what is particular to Edie Falco in terms of the way that she's on set, the way that she works with people?
Well, Edie is among the kindest, most down-to-earth people that you ever want to work with. Like she creates these little sort of families wherever she goes, you know, like our set was just tons of people that she had worked with before and tons of people that she wanted to work with, and all really, you know, not only very talented, but like high quality people, you know, no attitudes, no egos, none of that stuff on our set. And it shows, I think, that it really, really shows that we have this group of people and this cast that really enjoys working with each other, that respects each other, this crew that's extraordinary that also enjoys working, you know, on our show, and like that work just shows, and the audience is going to be able to sense that and dive right in with us. It's a really cool thing.
Even just the storyline, woman coming from New York, ready to break the glass ceiling in Los Angeles, like it's definitely interesting, and it definitely feels like it's of the time too. So what was it like for you guys unpacking all that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, the great thing about the show is that it's not hitting anybody over the head with anything. You know, it's just telling this story. I mean, this is a story that is frankly an interesting story to tell right now, and a story worth being told right now. But we're not sort of like pounding anybody over the head like this is what you should, you know, we're not lecturing anyone.
Right.
We're telling this very cool human story with really great actors and really good writing, and people are going to be, you know, the politics of it and everything are not really something that's at the forefront. It's the storytelling about these characters that people are going to get locked right into, because it's a story about people, and it's entertaining, it's funny, it's dramatic. There's lots of really great questions that are being asked at any given moment, and the audience, I think, is just going to really be able to like sit back, trust that they're going to have a good time watching it, and just go on the journey with us. And you know, frankly, that's what folks kind of need right now. You know, that there's just so much stuff coming at everybody.
A lot going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, you know, and like you want to enjoy the time that you give yourself for entertainment. We're going to give you good entertainment.
So you mentioned the questions being asked. What are some of the big questions that you guys examine in this show?
Well, I mean, we deal with, I think that people will sort of understand this, but we don't deal with it in a super specific way. We deal with the difference between politicians and the public. You know, we don't sort of take any side. There's no political party that's mentioned or anything like that. We're not doing that stuff. We're not lecturing or sermonizing to anybody. We're talking about people. We're talking about the population of this one particular city, and how do you keep it safe in the face of all of these various different things that are going on for this person at any given moment. Not only is she attempting to navigate what it is to be the chief of police in a city of 4-something million people.
One of the biggest cities around.
Yeah, which is hard enough. But also she's trying to navigate her personal life. You know what I mean? She's got an estranged daughter that she's reconnecting with, and then also, you know, she's got the politics of things that she has to deal with too. She's got this mayor who's sort of looming over the situation.
And that's where you come in.
And that's where I come into play. You know, it's sort of looming over the situation at any given moment. And can she trust him? Can she not trust him? Is he a good guy? Isn't he a great guy? You know, and all those questions sort of collide in this one character that I think people are just going to really relate to.
Yeah, you kind of hit on the shadiness of a mayor, of a politician. Yeah. So what was the appeal in playing a character like that?
I I think that, you know, it spoke to a part of me that enjoys sort of stirring the pot. I didn't have a problem playing a mayor of questionable pedigree, a politician of
You're in on that? Yeah.
questionable pedigree. You know, that
didn't take much to convince you there.
didn't take much to say that might be a lot of fun to dive into. But also, you know, one of the great things about the show and one of the great things about the writers is that they leave room, and this was also very, very important for me going into this. They leave room for this character to grow and potentially change, and be changed by the people he's working with. And so, actually, I think what ends up happening is you sort of end up rooting for the guy. You sort of end up, he's like one of those characters that you can't really dismiss as a villain. You know, you sort of get a kick out of him, out of how just unabashedly himself he is. But also you realize that he definitely got there by some pretty unsavory means, but he doesn't intend on staying that way. And he's trying to grow and he's trying to figure it out. And like, that's an interesting story to watch too.
Yeah, we don't always see that evolution, whether it's with people or, and especially politicians.
Especially
people just like to
politicians.
remain the same.
They do indeed, you
Yeah.
know, and like I think that it's much more interesting to tell stories about people who change. That's what
Absolutely, that's what life's all about.
Right, that's
Yeah.
what people want to watch. You know, if there's no conflict and there's no change, then
Right, kind of bored.
it's really boring.